I think this is Lewis Hamilton's first win in 3 years. Very
Yes,
emotional, hugging his dad,
yes,
crying. Good show by Hamilton.
yes.
I
And it's
think
a
what made the
record, and
difference
it's a
for him,
record win at Silverstone. Is his ninth.
yeah, yeah. I think what helped because as usual, Russell had a good start, but I think what helped Hamilton was once it got in the rain, Hamilton and Alonso are the best.
So,
Sometimes Verstappen, but Verstappen struggled in the rain, and also Verstappen was behind them. So Hamilton drove excellently in the rain and made the right strategic decisions. The strategic decisions weren't what cost him to win and what got him to win. It was the fact that he executed properly, didn't make mistakes, drove well in the rain, then didn't make mistakes with strategy, whereas McLaren made mistakes with strategy. And he so it's kind of like we can say it was a total thing for Lewis. And also Lewis had more downforce
oh,
than
sure,
Russell and
sure,
than anybody
sure.
else. Remember what I said to you before the race, where I said that Lewis used more downforce. Remember I said that?
Yes, you
Yeah,
said
I'm
so.
letting you know.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
better than me.
I'm channeling the. Remember when I said that, right? Yeah, yeah. So it was the downforce. Also, Lando had more downforce too than other guys. The downforce
Yeah,
helped him stay
yeah,
on the track in the rain,
yes,
better
yes,
grip and everything. So everything
yes.
was done properly. Whereas, because even when Russell went out, Lewis was still beating Russell. Whereas
Oh,
Russell took a higher risk to win the qualifying. That's what I said. To win the qualifying, Russell added less down grip but more speed. But then that hurt him in the rain. But I think Russell's a great driver and Lewis is a great driver. And on our show, Formula One Fanatics, we've been saying all year that it's an equal battle. I think Russell has slight advantage in qualifying. Well, not even slight, a lot. But when it comes to racecraft, beautiful win by Hamilton, Sir
yes,
Lewis Hamilton.
yes,
Put some
yes,
put some honor, respect to his name.
yes,
Okay, what do you think?
yes.
You know what I'm
And
talking about, Cameron?
yeah,
Yeah,
Lerato
yeah,
is in. Lerato is in.
yeah. But what are your thoughts on Falabi? Then we'll go to Lorato. Yeah,
Yeah, do you know the interesting thing? Like you rightly mentioned,
yeah,
Hamilton is on his way to Ferrari. And look at how Ferrari performed in this race. Fifth and 14th. Very poor.
rubbish.
Very,
They didn't even
very
make it
poor.
out of Q1. No, Q2.
Yes,
Leclerc didn't make it out of Q2. Yeah,
at
and I
all.
think it was Sainz who did
Leclerc
well,
came
and Leclerc
14.
did
Yes,
nothing.
it was Sainz that came fifth. At the point, Sainz even
Yeah,
overtook both Hamilton and Norris, but he lost his pace again.
yeah,
Ferrari
yeah.
had better get
So
their
and that goes.
Ferrari had better get their acts together if they want Lewis Hamilton to be happy because he's not going to Ferrari to drive any junk car. They better be preparing
I'm
up
gonna be real with you.
to match
I'm
his
gonna be real with you.
talent. Yes,
Yeah, I'm not trying to be rude, but Ferrari is going to become Lewis Hamilton's graveyard for his career that, at this rate because you're driving. Let's say Lewis Hamilton's on the same level as Verstappen and Norris, but you're now driving with a team with a car that's so handicapped that you're not going to be anywhere near the front. He should have stayed with Mercedes. Well, I'm not say he should have stayed because what they say 2020 is hindsight because at the beginning of the year, Ferrari looked like going to be they were going to beat they were going to challenge Verstappen and
yes,
Red Bull, but all of a sudden they just fell. What are your thoughts,
yeah.
Lorato? Welcome. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Welcome,
yeah,
Lerato.
yeah. No, man. It was an interesting race, really fascinating to watch. And we had five different leaders.
yeah,
At at different points. So really fascinating. It's I think it's great for the sport.
yeah,
Um, to see this kind of competitiveness. I mean, even in the qualifiers, there was a small margin in between
yeah.
the top 10 as a whole,
Hmm.
but the top five mostly. So yeah, no. I think it's great to see Lewis back on top for some of us who are Lewis fans.
Yeah.
Um,
The struggle
yeah,
continues.
but the
Yeah,
struggle continues. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I was watching the previous the qualifying episode that you guys did, saying
yeah.
that it looks like Mercedes are back.
Oh yeah, they're back. We called it, and other people are saying we don't know. No, they're back, and they have a balanced
Yeah,
car,
yeah,
and in any conditions. So I still think McLaren and Verstappen. I mean McLaren. Yeah, I said Verstappen because it's Red Bull, but McLaren and Verstappen within the Red Bull are still have more pace than Mercedes, but not enough for comfort. That's what I would think. What do you think,
yeah,
Loretto?
yeah, yeah. No, no. I like that there's not a comfortable difference.
Because
from
now it comes down
anyone.
to strategy and things like that.
Yeah, I think McLaren really just is getting some key strategical points wrong, especially
Yeah.
today. Like those two calls, calling in Piastri at a lap too late.
So you couldn't do the overcut, undercut. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they should have done a stacked pit stop.
They were
A
indecisive
double
throughout the whole
stack.
race. Yeah.
Yeah. They could
And
have
tell us
double
about the
stacked.
second one also. Yeah.
And they could have called in Lando earlier as
Yeah.
well on his second pit stop, and giving him new mediums. They had new
Yeah.
medium tires.
And you mentioned
mean,
it, and I think the tires are more important because I saw Lando talking after the race, and he was like, even if I had gotten ahead of people,
yeah, even
they would have
even
3 seconds. They would have
he,
still passed me. They would still pass me because of the
sure.
tire choice. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
You
was
know
brilliant.
what happened? You know what happened?
Yeah.
On lap
Oh,
38.
no, let him finish. Then you can.
Okay, fine. Go ahead, Lerato.
Let him finish. And we can go. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. Sorry
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
I was just gonna make this last point of saying, I mean, what we saw with how Lewis managed those soft tires is absolutely, it's brilliant. That
Yeah.
was
But can I
first.
say one thing? So he should have. Sorry, I did the same thing you did. Go ahead. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. That was my point. That was my
Okay.
point.
Okay. So I'll get back to it. Then you can go, Falabi, about lap 38. Then I'll continue with what Lorato
Yeah,
said. Sorry, guys.
what I wanted to say was Hamilton and Verstappen, they switched to slicks on lap 38, and that was very crucial.
Yeah.
Norris was trying to do the same thing, but he chose soft and it backfired. I think it was at that point he lost.
But hold on, very quickly. So quickly, he shows the soft slicks. So they have soft slicks, medium slicks, and hard. Verstappen chose hard slicks. Hamilton chose soft slicks. So it was the same slick, but it was the degree of the grip. So continue though. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, that's what I'm saying. That his choice of tires backfired, and it was at that point.
Yeah, it backfired. Yeah.
He lost his second place to Verstappen because he started the race really strong. But kudos to Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hamilton started well and maintained his lead. And the strategy
the tires,
of Mercedes too, because of the weather. Whenever you have weather oscillating between dry and rain, it's a delicate juggling act to get your strategy right. Yeah. Otherwise, it might prove.
But in general, other than Schumacher and Senna and Alonso, nobody is more intuitive on rain than Hamilton. Verstappen's getting there, but Hamilton is the most.
Absolutely.
Hamilton's the most experienced. Now, what I want to say is that Hamilton chose soft, and Verstappen was closing in seriously because Verstappen chose the hard tires, and that's why he was able to pass Norris. If Norris had chose hard tires, he would have come second, and he would have gained points on Verstappen. You see what I'm saying, Lorato?
Yes,
strategic mistake. They should have been. He wanted to win the race, so he put on soft tires because he wanted to keep up with Hamilton. But what he should have wanted to do is to beat Verstappen, because as I say, Verstappen is very pleased with today's result. What do you think, Lorato?
Yeah. No, I mean, he's good on points in second place,
and he even gained. He gained, which is now showing you there's a psychological thing going on with Norris, in which he's not able to do what he needs to do. For example, letting Verstappen pass him at the start, that also affected the race, and then letting Russell pass him 2 weeks ago at the start of the race. So it's like, we're not saying that he's making mistakes, but he just doesn't have that killer edge instinct that guys like Hamilton have, or even Russell and Verstappen. What do you think, Lorato?
Yeah. I think I think this frustration might kick it into him.
It's psychological now. It's psychological.
Yeah. I mean, the way he's speaking now, he's like he has to sort of get into.
And he's too down on himself. He's like, I made mistakes.
Yeah, I think that there is that key importance in terms of his psyche that he mustn't sort of spiral down into it.
Yeah, and I think Verstappen played mind games with him today also. Verstappen just let him pass him, and Verstappen said, I don't care because I know my car's slow. So now it reverses the narrative that Verstappen is desperate and needs to block him. Verstappen just let him pass him, and everybody's like, why is he letting him pass? But Verstappen knew what he was planning with the hard tires later. You get my point? So he kind of outboxed.
No, I mean, strategically, Verstappen's plan was a superior plan.
And it almost got him. If there'd been 3 more laps, he would have won the race. Yeah.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
He just didn't have enough laps at the end of the race
he ran out of
to catch
laps.
up with
And if you look at the race, Mustafa, Hamilton and Verstappen are by far the most experienced drivers when it comes to wet conditions, and the teams got that strategy.
And Alonso, but Alonso is far away behind him with a slower car. Yeah, go ahead.
So I think that's what helped them: ability to drive in wet conditions and the pit strategy, basically.
Yeah, and also, but Verstappen was struggling at the beginning, but I think it was his tires weren't. I don't know what. No, there was some problem. I don't know why he was struggling at the beginning, but it seems like once the conditions got dry, so it seems like the Red Bull car is still the fastest a little bit on straight lines. When things are dry. But as usual, McLaren has the best balance because they're better on slow speed curves, and I think both teams are even on high speed curves. But the slower it gets, the better McLaren is. And actually, when it gets very slow, that's when Ferrari does well, because Ferrari's car is made for slow speed tracks and stuff, which is why they're getting hurt right now. What are your thoughts, Lorato?
Yeah. No, I think the McLaren pack just these strategy calls from the pit wall and between the pit wall and the drivers that they need to get correct.
Yeah, but I also think. Go ahead. Sorry,
because they've been on the podium, I think, for like the past 8 races now. Which is an amazing track record. And I think there was in the last interview that
he paused
that you mentioned with where you were saying you're unhappy with third now, which is a long way away from where you were last year. So that says you move forward quite a bit. So I think if they take those positives and they sort of shift their mindset, they could really do a lot of damage to Red Bull.
And I keep saying that Norris needs to improve his starts in races and his qualifying. If he does that, then he won't run into some problems. Because one of the problems with running behind Lewis is he had to run in dirty air. But when you come out and he had to run in dirty air, if he had come out first in qualifying, then he wouldn't have dirty air, and he would have had at least 3 or 4 seconds more advantage for the whole race based on that momentum.
If we put it in context,
but I think that.
Well, let Afolabi finish, then you can continue. Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to talk about the point you made, that if we really put it in context of this season so far, I think Lando Norris has been the most improved driver, really.
Yeah, I think I would say Russell too. Russell and Norris, yeah.
Okay, Norris.
Because Norris has a better car, but Russell is doing a lot with the car, and he's been he's doing a lot with the car.
And tragic end to Russell's race today. I mean,
but I think Russell would have come.
Does anybody have any updates yet on what really happened to him?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll check now. But I think Russell would have come third in this race if he hadn't messed up. He would have still lost to Hamilton because he was behind Hamilton. Only because Hamilton is not only because, but because Hamilton is better in the rain at driving. I think on dry conditions they may be even. But I think, and also remember what we were saying. Hamilton he lost to Russell in qualifying because he used more downforce. So Russell had the advantage on the straights. But in a longer race where you have to go around corners and stuff, his downforce helped him. So it's kind of like Russell tried to take a shortcut to victory. He dialed up his car for qualifying, but then it meant that during the race he struggles more on curves or on corners than Hamilton did. So Hamilton had a better setup, even though he knew it would cost him the qualifying. So these are the strategic things. These are like moves by people like Verstappen and Hamilton who are very, very smart
with experience.
And have like
comes with experience.
Yeah. So what were you going to say before Lorato? Yeah, and I'll look for the cause right now.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was just talking about that the unfortunate sort of ending to his race.
Also,
I think he had cooling issues or something, and of course, I mean, he would have obviously had a hard time, but I think
he would have still come third. He would have come third or fourth.
Yeah, I think having him there between Verstappen and Norris would have also given an interesting dynamic to the race, but. Yeah, it is what it is now.
But I think for Russell, I wouldn't be too upset because he's not in the running to win anything this year. So he should be encouraged about how well he's doing in the future. It's not like there's anything really at stake unless he wants to battle with Hamilton. But to me, that would be too petty. Because to me, neither of them neither of them has anything to prove. The battle between them that's more of the media. Let each one drive, and both of them are warriors as far as I'm concerned. What are your thoughts, Lorato?
Yeah. No. I think both of them are. I just feel like there's always something that happens with either experienced racer or driver or in the team, especially when you're with someone like Max or someone like Hamilton, that you just have like a spate of bad luck or something like that. We can
Same
think
thing with
back
Norris.
to
Norris is not used to being a contender. This is the first time he's having hoped to be a champion. So this is new for him. So his nerves and experience will come to play. Yeah.
But I think he's like I don't know. I think he's getting there slowly.
He's getting there.
But and then another aspect of the race. I mean, I think that you guys were mentioning as I joined was is the Ferrari story.
It's terrible. Yeah. Let's end with that, actually. You can finish us off with that. And before we continue, very quickly, Russell had a water cooling system like he did. Man, Lorato, you're outstaging us on our first show. You got your research. Okay, continue. Continue, Lorato.
No. They did say it had something to do with water.
So we're going to end soon, but let us know about the story of the Ferrari narrative, because we have to do political in about 10 minutes.
So yeah, I mean, we have to sort of wait and see what it is that Ferrari can produce with the next season, with the incoming regulations and things like that. But I think having the experience of a Lewis Hamilton will make a difference in terms of car design, and things like that. I think that they have a good power unit
and that's going to be important next year, because aerodynamics will be less important.
For sure. So I think next year is just new dynamics and a new season.
So maybe we shouldn't give up hope on Hamilton. He still has hope. It's like you said, next year is back.
I mean, he's determined on this eighth championship, but for me, whether he gets it or not, I mean, he's still.
No, I'm not sure if he'll get it, but I'm sure that next year he'll win some races.
Yeah, sure. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do to the dynamic of the Ferrari team. Because everyone is hoping he'll take it back to like those Schumacher days and things like that.
It might be a little bit too late for his age, but he definitely will he'll bring in a lot of media and stuff for them too. But maybe it depends on if they give him.
Which of the Ferrari drivers do you think he would replace?
We're hoping for a competitive car.
What were you going to say, Afolabi?
I said, which of the Ferrari drivers do you think? Which of the Ferrari drivers do you think Hamilton would replace?
No. Sainz is leaving, which is another sad story. So he's going to be, So he'll be with Leclerc.
Him and Leclerc. Okay, all right.
Okay, so guys, we're going to head out now, because what time is it in Lagos?
5:45.
So I'll see you guys again at 6:15, 7:15 South Africa time.
Okay. 6:15
for the 7:15. Also take us out as usual, Afolabi, with any last words of wisdom and flourish.
Okay, it was wonderful again talking to you guys on Formula One. The next race now is between the 19th and the 21st of July. That's the Hungarian Grand Prix. We'll be back again to do this again. Thank you very much, Mustafa, for your time, and Lorato. And from me, it's Formula One Fanatics. Like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you very much. Fantastic show.